Tell me how the whole new idea of community interest will work.
Community interest companies are all about taking a local community, in this case the community based around the stadium, based in Paisley, based in the larger area of Renfrewshire, and allowing them as an individual or as a business or as a community organisation to get involved with the club. And as a result of doing that, enabling the club to thrive, enabling the club to generate more revenue that from the club's perspective can then be spent on the pitch, while at the same time the individuals, the community organisations and the other businesses benefit because their organisations are related to the club and are able to generate revenues for themselves and to use the facilities and to gain access to everything that a football club established in a community like Paisley has to offer.
So how is that funded?
It's funded. There are organisations within Scotland and within the UK that exist to fund specifically community interest companies. And it is those organisations that we've been negotiating with for a number of months now, and we're happy that there is enough funding in the pipeline that so long as the community shows the level of interest that we require it, that we can then draw down that funding and take on the ownership of St Mirren Football Club, 52% of the shares, by $10,000 community interest company.
Your idea is revolutionary. I mean, people who support football clubs will have a concept of the way things have always been. Do we accept that, for example, you're the new chairman of St Mirren, that I know Tony Fitzpatrick is coming alongside you? What position will Tony have?
Both myself and Tony will be involved at this stage, and later on, when the community interest company comes to fruition, we will be available to stand for election for positions within the club. But there's no point in trying to say that it's a community interest company and then not actually let the community decide. So yes, it's important because it's a complex thing that we're doing just now, that myself, Tony and those that have been involved since day one retain some involvement, at the very least for the first phase of this. But in the fullness of time, it will be passed on for the community to decide, much like it's decided at other European football clubs.
So this is being launched as we speak on Radio Scotland tonight. Tell me exactly.
Today we are happy to announce that the 10,000hours.org website will go live, and if you're interested to register your details of you as an individual or a business or a community group who would like to receive an information pack in a week or so as to what this is all about, then we'd invite you to go on to 10,000hours.org and register your details, and then in a week or so's time you'll get sent out some further information about public meetings, etc. We do have both organisations, community groups and businesses already on board, but now it's time to go public, to actually top those numbers up, and importantly to get the individuals involved.
So can you quantify what that would cost for a company or indeed an individual?
For an individual, I'm prepared to quantify at this time, that will be approximately £10 per month. But it's important also to remember that it's a community interest company. Once the deal is done, it will be up to the community interest company as to whether they want to change that. So to make the business model work, we need approximately 300 at approximately £10 a month. But the kick at the end of the day can decide that they would rather it was 3,000 people paying a tenth of that. It will be up to the individuals to decide.
What about the company? You can't say how much that would have to commit yourself.
The companies at this time will have to commit the equivalent of £10,000 a year based on the current model. But we're open to speaking to anyone that thinks that their company can benefit with being associated with the community purchase of St Mirren Football Club and what that might do for their ability to market themselves as actually helping the whole of the Renfrewshire community.
Tony, why is this a good idea?
Good question, Jack. I think it's very important, as I say, the community. And when I hear the word community, I think that's so important. I have to take you on a journey way back, probably. It was more than 30 years ago when the great man was Sir Alex Ferguson. And it just wasn't, he was building a team at the time, which was important. But what happened was he got the whole community behind him. And it was a fantastic time to be staying in Paisley, Renfrewshire, because the whole community got behind him. And no disrespect to anybody else that's been here for the years or so, it's never ever happened again. So when I spoke to Richard and the rest of the guys and their ideas, what it was, and to galvanise this community again, which is so sadly needed.
I know some St Mirren fans will be cynical about this. What would you want to say to them?
No, I mean, they love this, and they're right to be at times. But as I say, what I'd love to say to them is, get behind the club. I mean, it's definitely, it's down to them now, as I say, as a community. Do they really care for St Mirren Football Club? I know they do. I know there's thousands of people out there. And we just look about the stadium today, I know we were speaking earlier, and there's so much potential in this stadium. I think one of the lads did it earlier. There's fantastic facilities here. They should be getting used every day. Get the community in, kids in to train and develop, older people to come back in and work away and develop as well. I mean, there's a state-of-the-art kitchens through there, there's rooms here. Why shouldn't the people of Paisley be in here training to be what they want to be in life?